You on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
A second trial date has been set for suspended West Fargo teacher Aaron Knodel. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this Monday. Court documents filed today at the Cass County Courthouse indicate the trial process will start on June 23rd. But we also learned today that the state is asking for more time and a new location. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric joins us with more on this story. Bradford?
Mike, the 6 pages filed today outline what the prosecution wants. According to the state, there's not enough time from now until the start of the new trial on June 23rd to gather together the 40 witnesses. It argues that many could be unavailable on such short notice. Another reason for more time is a request that the trial be held elsewhere. The state argues the amount of media coverage and the time needed to determine if an impartial jury could still be found in Cass County will take more than the 2 or so weeks before the new trial. This will be the second time Knodel is standing trial, accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a student in 2009. Knodel was originally charged with 5 counts of solicitation of a minor and was found not guilty on 3 of those charges. This second trial will involve a jury trial on those remaining 2 charges. Mike?
Thanks, Bradford. Now, we did reach out to Aaron Knodel's attorney, Bob Hoy. He was unavailable for comment. Stay with Valley News Live for continued coverage of this story.
Things going on down there.
Some are worrying about the safety of a South Fargo park after a massive fight broke out. It began as a birthday party at Lindenwood Park last night with about 70 people attending. Police say someone used a crowbar to smash windows of a nearby car. After fleeing police, investigators believe the same men smashed another car near an apartment on 20th Street South. Police are still looking for the people who started it. They say the 2 groups are immigrants and aren't being cooperative. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson shows what people think about the safety at Lindenwood Park.
This is where they want to come and play and run around and feel safe.
It's not a place parents want to see crime.
I definitely think there are some things that are happening in the park that could be stopped, and I don't know how often it is patrolled. I haven't seen a cop drive through here very often.
We want people to have a good time, and we don't want to infringe on other people's happy time. And so it is unfortunate.
After a massive brawl here at Lindenwood, Fargo Park leaders are reviewing their response, trying to decide if they need to make any changes.
These are people that just were in the park. They weren't people that had a reservation. They weren't people that we knew were coming to do anything. And obviously the parks are open all the time for people to come and do all kinds of things, and they don't always get along. And in this case, they didn't get along.
Police were originally called to the park because the birthday party was too loud and breaking park rules with a DJ and alcohol.
That seems to be a park that, that gets a little bit more activity just based on the layout. I mean, this type of event, it couldn't be held at a smaller park.
The Fargo Park District is working with Fargo Police to possibly add some more rules, hoping to discourage crime in the future. Both say the parks are safe, but you should be aware of your surroundings at all times.
Stuff happens anywhere. But definitely sad to see that at a park that would occur, especially when we let our kids, this is where they want to come and play and run around and feel safe.
Reporting in Fargo, Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
Police say they don't believe the fight was gang-related. They have a refugee liaison officer helping with the investigation to find out why the fight happened in the first place. We have new information for you tonight on Eric Webb. He's the man involved in an armed robbery in downtown Fargo last week. Webb made his first court appearance this afternoon. Now, he's still recovering at Sanford Health, so the judge in this case came to him at the hospital, where his first court appearance was held in Webb's hospital room. Webb is accused of robbing the downtown Howard Johnson Hotel at gunpoint, then getting into a shootout with police at a gas station a few blocks away. Webb also reportedly fired a gunshot in the hotel during the robbery. No one was injured. Now, at today's hearing, bail was set at $1 million. If he's found to be guilty, he faces a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. He's also charged with being a felon in possession of a firearm. That carries a maximum sentence of 5 years. Another warm day out there today. We might be heading for more storms as the week goes on. Let's head over to Hutch Johnson for a first look at what we can expect tonight. Hutch?
Well, the main thing most of us will be battling is that heat of the day. Temperatures rising into the upper 80s for many of us, and just a couple of thunderstorms to report taking place back in northwest Minnesota where they were last night. Good news to report to you as they are nowhere near severe levels like we saw yesterday across the region. Here's a look at the rest of the area. Very quiet on the radar. That's not the case yesterday. Hey, here's a funnel cloud sighted by that tornado-warned storm near Alvarado, very close to touching the ground. Thanks so much to our friend Tim Logan for sharing that with us. Again, that storm did drop out some ginormous hail out there. Tonight, no more of that. We're expecting hot weather to continue, 80s until just after sunset, Mike. Then we'll see some 70s crawl into the scene, and it does look like more heat is in the immediate forecast. Details in a few moments.
All right, we'll look forward to that. Thanks. Those thunderstorms from the past weekend have left northeastern North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota waterlogged. This morning, water was still running off the fields near Alvarado, Minnesota, 20 miles north of East Grand Forks. The area also received some small areas of golf ball to near tennis ball sized hail, as Hutch referred to. At this point, it's not clear how much damage was done to crops around Alvarado. It appears the damage was very isolated.
So not enough for a lot of crop damage, you think? Or?
We'd have to check the fields. We haven't gone around the country too much today. It would have to depend on the severity and how far the winds were.
Okay. Everybody's got enough rain around here for now.
Way too much rain. It just needs to dry out now.
During the last week and a half, they've had more than 4 inches of rain in many areas around northwestern Minnesota and northeastern North Dakota. Preliminary autopsy results are back for a baby who died after being found unresponsive at a West Fargo in-home daycare. Detectives tell us the Hennepin County Medical Examiner has confirmed the cause of death for Owen Skogie as blunt force trauma to the head. Police, however, are still waiting for the coroner to figure out when the injuries happened. Tissue samples will determine when the blunt force trauma occurred. Until then, no charges have been filed. The visitation for the baby is tomorrow night at 5 to 7 p.m. at the Harvey Anderson Funeral Home in Willmar, Minnesota. The funeral is set for 11 a.m. on Wednesday at the funeral home. Later on Valley News Live at 6, Bonanzaville needs your help to move a new church up to its historic village in West Fargo. We'll bring you the details.
A few isolated thunder showers this evening, otherwise just downright hot. Your hour-by-hour forecast includes serious heat. Details are straight ahead.